the seconds passing by like I'll escape the time. Oh no, but the closer that I get, I don't wanna try. And you know I don't wanna feel this way, but the pressure's coming down more every day. And I just need you here now, right by my side. And I wanna fall down, need some rest now, but I can't slow down. Go on and give it all now, till I'm burnt out, bodies hit the ground. Every moment I'm stuck here is testing my fate. Every step closer feels further away. And I wanna fall down, need some rest now, but I can't slow down. Can't slow down. Can't slow Maybe it's all just my foolish pride. Oh no, but I've come too far now to give up the fight. Now I won't just let this fade away. Feel it getting closer every day, and I still need you here now, right by my side. And I wanna fall down, need some rest now, but I can't slow down. Go on and give it all now, till I'm burnt out, bodies hit the ground. Every moment I'm stuck here is testing my fate. Every step closer feels further away. And I wanna fall down, need some rest now, but I can't slow down. But I can't slow down. Close your eyes. Say goodnight before I cry. Caught in time, out of sight, not out of mind. Nights will fall underwater. I heard your call.
Just past 11 o'clock, 11:02 to be precise. It is Sunrise by Aaron Shirk. Welcome, one and all. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back to the Everything GM broadcast. Today we've got reading, video games, more video games, or music. It's completely up to you. You choose what we do today, just like every other day. I hope you're doing quite well. I hope you've got a cup of water next to you and you're staying hydrated. Let's get ready for today's Sunday morning stream. Here we go.
In your heart, you shine so bright.
It's great. Good morning, good afternoon, / good evening, and welcome. Hope everyone's doing okay today. I'm doing okay. I think this is kind of like a clockwork thing. I usually, it's now 11. Strictly the stream starts at 10 my time. But on Sunday morning, I don't know what it might, do you know what, I think it might be the Saturday evening stream that runs like at the same time. And I ended at like 2 a.m. Which means that I get to bed at 3 a.m. Which means I only get like 5-6 hours, which is not enough for my heavy brain. So it needs a little bit more, which I think yes. Hello, Elferx. So yes, I think there's, I'm not sure if I want to actually change the time officially to 11 on Sundays, but I don't know, maybe I should. I don't know what you guys think, but the point of starting it at 10 is to cater more to the Europeans, because it's not ridiculously late for them. It's only like 1 in the morning for Europeans. But see, if I start at 11, then I'm starting at 2 a.m. for them, which is quite rough. So yeah, I'm kind of not sure about it. I'll still give it some thought, but it really depends on what the community seems to be doing. Oh, goodness. All right. We've been talking about the new Die RPG as well, which is pretty interesting. I've loved reading about it in the tabletop chat in the Discord, which is what you should join if you're new and you don't know where the community lives. They live there. And Alfred has been talking about this very interestingly. I quite enjoy it. I think. Hello.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, you're here because there's no session today. That makes sense. Oh, stop. I just... I never not fall for that. I hate it.
I've come to torment you.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Torment me you have. Now go away.
Oh.
Yeah, we've been talking about the Die RPG, and it seems freaking interesting. But yeah, I'm still I'm still on board with the Neo is the non-unique option, because it's for players who don't want to, bend luck and take away consent from NPCs, and the Neo seems like the option that a normal player would get if they weren't used to a system like Die before, and maybe they wanted something that feels a little bit closer to home, you know what I mean? And maybe that's what they need. But you say that in the way powers work. I think I mentioned something called Fair Gold is what powers the Neo's gifts, as they're called. It's the magic tech Neos use. These coins I get, that's Fair Gold, and it disappears every dawn, meaning the Neo has to find gold every day. I mean, to me that just seems like a slightly different way of getting spell slots. Like, you just have to work for your spell slots. Maybe the Neo just needs a 9 to 5. Maybe the Neo just needs to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and go get a real job and stop complaining about getting handouts from, like, you know, the Fair Gold government, I guess. I love how my smile, like, started at the base of the mic, and then it all kind of... It just kind of raised up from it. That was great. Oh, goodness. Well, hello. How are you today, Ash?
I am good. How are you?
Excellent. I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. I was talking about how pretty much on cue now I oversleep for the Sunday stream by an hour, and I was wondering if I shouldn't just change the time to this. The problem is I still want to try and make it for 10, because it's earlier for the European people. And most of them would be asleep by now, but they would be able to catch the first bit of the stream. But I'm also wondering if that's not too much for my brain, you know. So I might just change it to 11. What do you
Yeah.
think? As the
I
co-host,
said honestly, just change it to 11. Honestly.
Okay. I think it might be because I'm streaming literally like the time slot before and then immediately a time slot after. I don't. So
Yeah,
I'm doing it again.
You know, look after yourself first before
me-
anyone else.
No, but no. Everyone else needs to be looked after.
No, look after yourself first.
Everyone else needs it first before me.
Nope.
I am not important.
Nope. You are. You are the most important person to you.
Look at Ash with some great mental health advice. First line for the God Binder: you don't believe in gods. Cool. It goes on to say, you don't believe in gods, you believe in tools. Useful tools. Ooh. Very cool. Ash being oddly wholesome.
Oh, don't worry, I can change that.
Yep. Alright, I'm seeing 3 people here, but only 2 votes. Hey, third person, why are you holding out on me? Engage in democracy.
Hang on, let me just, tie up the voting.
Wait, yeah, you already did.
Did I?
Wait,
are you sure about that?
Oh, is that not your vote? Oh, it is the other. Wait, you're the third person?
Nah,
Oh.
no, I did vote.
You did tie up the vote.
Yeah, I mean, I had to.
Alright, let's see what is going on. It's reading and music analysis. I haven't done music analysis in a very long time, so I think I'm going to do music analysis first. I'll give it maybe... Oh, we went down to 2. Okay, cool. That's what's going on. Goodbye, poll. Let's give that a bit of an end. I really, 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 really hope the stream is not going to freeze right now. Really, 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 really. Okay. Which is the only... I only see 2 viewers, which is the only reason I haven't hopped on PC. Oh. Thank you. Thank you for keeping stream chat alive. I have no idea what's going on right now in the music. Oh, it's from Undertale. Okay, that makes sense why it's really, really weird. I still haven't finished Undertale. I played the first mission, and then I just lost interest, like, years ago. When I played it literally, like, 5 or 6 years ago. And haven't
Let me
picked it
guess,
up
you were doing
again.
a genocide run, yeah?
I don't know what that is. But...
It's where you kill everything. What it sounds like.
Okay. I don't really know, like... Okay, I'm not sure. I don't remember how the game works. I just know that it's a cartoony top-down thing with little, like, challenges and stuff. I don't know. So what we're going to do today, we're going to start with some music, and then we'll go on. At the end of the music song that we do, which will be... Alfrex, you're the one who requested it, so do you want to do... Do you want to do the sad piano destiny, Remembrance, or do you want to do Regicide? Do you want to go kill a king? Or do you want to go and cry at your piano?
I love killing kings.
Same. Listen, the guillotine hasn't been used in a few decades, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, they keep hinting at it in France. I'm waiting.
Yeah, you can't let the blade rust. You've got to use it frequently and liberally. And with great glee. Alright, while this is... Wait, whoa. Using confuse... Oh god, sorry. Using confuse during Cal's rage instantly kills stormtroopers. Hello? Whoa. Seriously? Oh my god. Okay, well, we're gonna look at that video for a second, but first, check whatever whatever Alfred wants to do. Arglak is here, yay. They're both so amazing, I can't pick. Though be warned, the first note of Remembrance hits hard. Wait, the first note? Okay. Well, now you've intrigued me. We're gonna do Remembrance. Excuse me. Alright. Destiny: The Taken King. Oh, that's probably why the first track is called Regicide. All right, let's have a squiz. First, we've got a really interesting thing. I found this video. All of you've seen Jedi Survivor, but there are spoilers here. Well, I mean, I guess tiny spoilers. That I'm not going to really explain what happens here, but you can use Confuse during Rage to instantly kill stormtroopers, which is
Really?
very, very weird. Have a look at this. Hang on, I don't know if you can. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, can see.
Hang on, I just need to move this on the stream so we can grab this. There we go. Let's move this here and move this here. There we go. But yeah, here, hold on.
Stop them. Protect me.
Oh my god. Yo.
Bruh.
Yo.
Okay.
That's
So instead of confused, it's just like telekinetic kill.
But here's, I think what they're doing with this is the like, this is once again a further argument for why Cal is not a Grey Jedi, and that Grey Jedi are not a thing, because this is Cal trying to use the dark side and the light side at the same time, or the dark side and the Force at the same time. The Force is just like you're just confusing your enemies and things. It's not necessarily the light side. It's just not the dark side. But this is certainly the dark side. So.
Or it's like, it could be like a non-graphic way of them going like, yeah, do this, and Cal's getting them to kill themselves kind of thing.
Maybe could be that too. That's rough. Jeez. It might. What I wonder is, it might be Cal. That's terrifying. Jeez. It might be Cal just trying to confuse, but being so far in the dark side that he doesn't intend to do that, but he just freezes them in place. Like, his anger becomes theirs. Because it's basically like a Force confuse is like giving the enemies your perspective on like who the enemy is. So maybe when Cal does that, they get his anger as well, or his dark side, and like they can't control it, and then they just, they do that. Oh my god, it's a fly casual.
Yo,
Hey, fly casual. We're doing
casual flyer.
We're doing a casual music analysis, but first we're looking at how when you go dark side with Cal, you can use Force Confuse on stormtroopers, which usually gets them to fight each other, and under the dark side it just kills them. And that's a very interesting mechanic that I did not know about, and it's very terrifying actually. See, he even says you want to protect me. So it makes me feel like it's accidental for him. God, it's so... Dude. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. That's wild. Yeah, it reminds me of Force Unleashed, where you could mind trick stormtroopers to straight up kill themselves. Yeah. Yo. Whoa. In that moment where Bode runs away with his daughter and Cal uses the dark side on that room full of enemies, did you know that you can just force slam all of them and kill all those enemies with one ability? That's wild. Very cool. Alright, with that, excuse me. Hold on. There we go. Phlegm has been expelled.
Oh, were they not doing well in their exams?
Yes, it was science.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it was acids and bases. They just weren't, they weren't understanding the pH value of my throat, and just getting stuck on that, and I just had to, there was an extreme solution that was necessary.
Yeah, it's moles that really confuse me,
Moles? Moles
Yeah.
are great. They're so cute.
No, not that kind of mole.
I love moles, Ash. What do you mean?
Not that kind of mole,
It was my favorite kind of science. Moles are great. Mole is the unit of measurement for how many atoms make up one mole.
That's
And
no,
there's a-
you fucking radiator.
But that's with a capital M if it's an adult mole, and you use a small m if it's like the amount of atoms that fit up a baby mole, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's yeah. Moles or moles. It's all of the above, Alfred. All of the above. It could be just him overwhelming the psyche accidentally. That's how I'm thinking about it. But yeah. No, definitely we're talking about MOLS.
See, I love like chemistry and shit, but I could just not like get into it in school because
Yeah.
I just think my teacher was not like the right kind of teacher for me.
There's a lot of
It didn't help that I had like 4 different teachers in the
Yeah.
space of like 2 years.
Yeah.
And
Organic
because of various issues with them.
issues with them.
Yeah. Well, one of them I think just got a job at a different school.
Oh, okay.
One of them, physically grabbed a female student in anger.
Oh,
So-
God. All right, goodbye.
Another one was blatantly sexist. So,
Cool. You've had a
And
great run
one
of
was
science
just
teachers.
fucking boring.
Yeah. What a way to end it, right? Just a big old fossil. Yeah, I have to say organic chemistry is not the easiest subject to teach. There's a lot of unfortunately what do you mean moles derogatory? What is the derogatory for what? Am I missing like is there a thing about moles that is not like a good word? More Ash educational trauma, let's go.
Hey, we caused our fair share of trauma as well in the teachers. Like, I think
Especially
classes
for
I were
substitute
part
teachers.
of. No, actually, worse for like non-substitute
Oh
teachers.
God.
I think 2 teachers that were teaching classes I were in ended up crying.
Oh my God, dude. UK schools are so brutal, like literally by reputation. Y'all are
Bruh.
notorious for being like you have like seriously brutal students. No, I think they mean like men derogatory. Ah, okay. Yeah, there's men and then there's men derogatory. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think organic chemistry. I've taught it before, and there's a lot of stuff to memorize, unfortunately. So it kind of falls flat if you're not prepared to kind of help and guide the student on how to memorize it. There are some ways that you can do it, but it relies on a lot of the student's own motivation internally, which I don't know a lot of high school students who have that. So it's a bit of an interesting one. But either way, let's get into the music, shall we? I think it's Destiny, so I feel like I could listen to this all the way through. So let's try. And if the stream goes down, then y'all
I won't tell you.
then yeah, don't tell me and we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Maybe we can try. The problem is I don't want to risk it because then it's okay. You know what? Screw it. I want to quickly Google it. Is Destiny music okay for streaming? The music in the game is protected by copyright, cannot be streamed even though it is present in the game. Oh shit. Lightfall Twitch streams were getting muted.
Fuck.
Oh
Okay.
no.
That's fucking moronic, but sure.
Jeez. Yeah, they are copyrighted. Okay. Yo. Okay. Destiny 2 DLC suddenly results in copyright strikes. Damn. That's freaking wild. Okay, here we go. Cool, so little pieces at a time then. Let's see what we can do. I love how little sense that makes. Yeah. Welcome to the world of intellectual
Tell me you don't
property.
like free advertising without telling me you don't like free advertising.
Yeah. To be fair, that's probably Twitch being overbearing more than anything. I'm not going to risk it, though. I know that Twitch is notorious for that, but I still don't want to risk it. All right. Because Twitch gets pressure from the companies. It's not Twitch itself doing the thing. Because they don't get any benefit from it. When copyright is infringed, Twitch gets hit. So I think it's definitely the companies that are doing it. Anyway, here we go. This is Destiny Remembrance by Michael Salvatore. And I'm going to pause it intermittently. I've never heard this before. We're going to figure it out together. Sure, I haven't done this in a while. Let's find out. You were right. You were very, very right. That was...
Ooh, perhaps.
Yeah, let me share my screen. Hang on. I'll show you again. Hold on a sec. That Let me show you again, Ash. Just are you ready? I'm done. I'm done after that.
Why?
Okay, so why is this so sad? A single piano chord. Why is it so sad? First of all, this is a major key, right? But
it's fine to me. I don't know what you're bitching about.
This first piano chord is meant to hit and set the tone for the entire piece. So it's meant to be more powerful, but powerful does not mean loud. So there is a definite, there's a slightly loud volume to it, but, streaming is not doing well for me. What? Good Lord. My mouse is literally like having frame rate issues. Hello? God, that's awful. My computer's having frame rate issues. That's very terrible. Anyway, it's okay. We're doing music, so it's fine. I literally have to pause this whenever I go to listen to this song. Wait, what do you mean? Pause it when the chord arrives? Yeah. So it's meant to define the entirety of the song and define the vibe of the song. So we hear this chord. Okay. The way that the chord is structured, I'm going to use my virtual piano. Hold on. I want to go find one. Play the best online piano keyboard. Bro, just give it to me. There we go. Ooh, this is actually really cool. Okay. So that's actually really awesome. Hang on, can we turn the sustain off, please? Please, no. Hang on, sustain off. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's much better. Okay. So the way that the chord is being... Actually, I think I might need the sustain for this, but we'll work it out. The chord here is... Okay, so it's an E flat major chord. So but it starts... Okay. Wait. Okay, there we go. I knew that it was going to go there. I knew it. Okay. Okay, so it's an E flat major chord, but it starts there. And in the bass, if you want a really muddy chord, you'll play a third in the bass, but you don't. So you play a fifth. You play there. And then, for this, you play that there. So if we have the at key... Oh, hang on. Do I have to shift? There we go. Hold on a sec. Okay, there we go. Alright, so it's going to be that and that. And then, I don't know, bracket and W. Oof, this is going to be awful. Okay. I had to press shift at the same time. Alright, hold on. Basically, it's an E flat major chord, and the third at the top creates a slightly more singing melody at the top. Alright. And where I think it's going to go is moving up. So let's just listen to that first chord progression without me pausing on the first freaking chord. It was just so beautiful, and it sets up a really sad tone, even though it's a major key. and there are certain reasons for that. It's being played low down. It's a little bit softer. It doesn't have any fancy flair or any kind of embellishment on top of it. It's just a chord, and that gives us a very slower, more melancholy kind of feeling. Whew. Okay. All right. So let me just grab my chat on YouTube. Okay, let's talk about this. It's just 2 chords and then it hits the third. When it's playing these 2 chords, these move from a, hold on a sec. Let me just put the live chat here. Essentially, what you are doing is moving from, so these are your keys. So it goes from there. Those are your main like melody keys. They complete the top part of the chord, and they're the thing that you hear. They're the thing that the more accurate part of your voice, of your ear, hears. Because we're wired to hear melodies in the top. The chord at the bottom provides a foundation for that. So the resonance we hear in the bottom, but the actual notes we register more in the top. So these are our first 3. And then what's really interesting is that if you want to play and you want to stay in the key of E flat major and you want to just play a normal E flat major chord, you'll go that dum dum dum. Those are the 3 notes that make up the E flat major chord. But what's interesting is that if you just take that and you move from the 3rd to the 5th without playing this, if you let go of the first note, you can go there, and you've created a minor chord which exists here. That is G minor. That is the 3rd chord of E flat major. So we're staying within the chord, within the key of E flat, but we've just taken that and we've moved it here. Right. And it moves very naturally, and it creates much more of a sad vibe to it, because now we're definitely in a minor key, and that's more traditionally sad. So we've gone from something that could be happy but isn't because of the style of the chord, and then we move here, which is very sad now, and we've moved into a minor chord that shares 2 notes with the previous chord. So it feels similar, and it's connected to it very well because it shares 2 notes out of 3. But it's got a slightly different top note. So instead of going, hang on, let me put the sustain on. Oh no, I'm gonna take this away for now. If we put the sustain on, we've got so that's the first chord, all right, and then it moves up to a chord that shares 2 out of 3 keys. Right. Now sometimes people will move down here in the next bit. And they will borrow, because now we're not in E flat anymore. They're borrowing this note, which is an A. It's usually an A flat, because in the key of E flat major, A flat is part of that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's fine. Just listen to the pretty notes. We go here. This is a major key. It's happier. I'm kidding, by the way. I don't mean to. I'll explain it in an easier way as well. But we go from here up to the chord here. And the reason why it's so close for our ears is because it shares 2 of the 3 notes in the chord. It doesn't make us feel super far removed from the last chord. And so it keeps that same vibe with it, but it creates a new one because of this note. This note is the only one that's different. If I played if I played this one, let's say I go. It still matches this chord. It's still the same, but because this bass note does not play this, it creates a new foundation, which is here, and it creates that. Okay, now where they move is not down to that note. They move somewhere else, but let's listen to it again. So basically, we just move through these two chords, just dum, 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 and then we move to something else, and we'll get there. The reason why we have to play it 3 times, very often, well, I mean, musically, they're creating more instruments every time we repeat it. So the first time we play it, it's just piano. The second time, there are a little bit of strings. The third time, there are more strings. And the fourth time, we change chords and there are even more strings. Listen for where all the instruments come in. Gorgeous. Lower strings, cello. Violins. Stop. I can't handle it. It's too good. Okay, what have they done here? Interestingly, this new chord progression is basically, it's what we call a descending sequence, where we basically go, hang on, let me listen to it again. I want you to count how many steps are here. Oh, sorry, it's here. This is the highest note here. Oh God. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, how many steps are here? The first thing is we go 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 2 steps in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 steps in between. That's why it's a descending sequence. It's playing the same chord, the same notes, but right there. So it's the same melody, but now the key has shifted. Because instead of moving up one, we're moving down there. So instead of moving from here, we're going down to here, which means that instead of going there, we're now going. Yes. So now we have to reframe the chord that we've played here, which is E flat major. I wonder if I can actually. I want to put the note labels here. There we go. So we can go for. I mean, it's called D sharp, but it's actually E flat. Can I change that? Oh, all right. So, why is everything in sharps? Hang on. Highlight keys, highlight keyboard. Oh, very interesting. Wait. That's not highlighting any keys. What do you mean? Oh, well. Highlight the keyboard. Ah, interesting. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to put the note labels on. It's fine. And maybe there's styles, I guess. This is a very interesting one, by the way. This is a very interesting piano. Okay, virtual piano. So, this, this chord here is going to move down 1 tone. A tone is 2 semitones. Between notes, like 2 adjacent notes on a piano are semitones. So that's a semitone. It sounds like it's right next to each other. That's a semitone. It doesn't have to be between black and white keys because it's between white and white or white and black. Never between black and black. Those are always tones because there's a note between them, always. These are more than tones because they're two notes between them. So we're going from here, an E flat major chord, to a D flat major chord or a C sharp major chord. You can see it there. So we've gone from dum 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 dum. Cool. And this is what creates, it's the same vibe, just a key lower, which creates it's a kind of reinforcement of the feeling that we've had before. And it sets up something more. And it means that we can go anywhere from here. It creates a little bit of movement in the piece. So we start here. And we go, hang on, I wonder if I can turn sustain on. So we go from here. Yes. And then that's the chord progression. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, let's listen to it again, and then I'll let the voice play. Full body chills. Okay, hold on. Wait. wait. No. I'm stopping it for copyright reasons. We would just listen to all of this immediately if we could. I always tear up when the vocals hit and the piano is noticeably more hopeful than sad. Whoa. The voice has an incredible power to it. Hold on. So it starts here. Right, so when the voice comes in, it's another instrument. But immediately our minds go, there's the melody. So again, it's no coincidence that the voice is copying the melody that the top piano line was playing, which is what we know, right? Like we've seen that. So we've seen how the we can select a song. Interesting. We've seen. So because the melody is picking up the top piano line, it's very natural for us to assume that that's the melody. So we follow along with it. I turn that down a little bit. Okay. And then we think that it's going to go. But it doesn't go up here. It stays here, and it becomes the anchor for the next part of the piece, which is just genius because our brains are already wired to follow the vocals as the main part of the melody. So if the melody went da 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 da, then we would think, okay, this is just normal. Let's keep going with it. But because it goes da da da, and then it stays on the F, then our brains are automatically brought along to the new section of the piece. That's amazing. It's not a coincidence. So another thing that I thought I'd talk about is just timing quickly. The length of each bar is very interesting. What we would usually want to have here is we would want it to like dun dun dun. Let me go here. Hang on. We've got here. It goes to 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, 1. So there's an extra beat here. What we think is going to happen is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again 1, 2, 3, 4. But it doesn't do that. It gives us an extra beat on the top part to absorb and take in and fully appreciate before we move on. It gives us a 5. It gives us a 1, 2, and then a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1. Actually, a 4. Oh, shit. That's awesome. Okay, so even more beats. We have 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 to fully appreciate. I think it starts becoming a 3 later. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Voice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we move into it. So we're not holding notes anymore. That held note is a way for us to go, feel it, snort a line of music. That's what it is. It's giving us an opportunity to appreciate. All right. So here we go. Let's keep going. So now we go into a new section of the song where there's a lot more movement in the top lines of the piano. And it gives this dum 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 da da dum 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 da da dum, and it's a very interesting bass here. So it's bum 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 bum. I think it's that. Yes, and this is a very, very common either movie music or game music chord progression. That's not a chord progression, that's a melody. The chord progression happens here. Bum, bum. And then it goes, sorry. And then it plays this chord. And then this is like the bass line that plays here. So it's, and then we go, bum, ba bum, bum. But when we start up here and we play this, when this part plays, when that part plays, we go up a tone instead of a semitone. So we're not sticking with the key. We are modulating and doing ascending and descending sequences all the time. We are copying what is done here and we're moving it up to a different chord, but it's the same steps that we've moved. Therefore, it's the same chord. It's just in a different key. So we've done this and then we move up to this. You see what I mean? I can't play it all at the same time because that's not how this works. But that is what it's doing. Okay, here we go. And then it mimics itself in the top. It mimics itself up in the top line. Let's try again. It's a very and this series of semiquavers, dum da da dum dum, or quavers, gives us more movement, and it lets us know that we're about to move into the main part of this piece, the main section. First section section A was very very slow, very sad. Now with the piano coming in, being taken by the voice to a completely new place, the piano is taking us through an entirely different aspect of emotion, which does line up with the title of Remembrance. When we remember things, when we honor things that have fallen, there are a range of emotions that go through us. The first thing is obviously sadness, but then there's kind of an intrigue in there as well. There's a remembrance of nuanced things, of happier things that happened, or even more hopeful things that let us continue on when we're finished remembering and paying tribute. So this piano represents a continuation through the natural way of remembering things. And then, okay. I've got to wait for that. So this tiny little extra 2 beats, just this dum dum dum, and then that is a very, very firm taking into the second section. Hang on. And again, Same chord progression, by the way. Same thing, but now we have more movement in it. Oh! A harmony line with vocals and brass. Give it to me. Give me a harmony with vocals and French horns. Two of the most beautiful instruments. So good. So good. Right. What is the number one instrument associated with remembrance? And I mean like not just remembrance, but like memorial. Like we think it's brass. It's usually trumpets or horns. And so a French horn coming in here to remind us that this song is called Remembrance, which is more than just nostalgia. It is memorial. It gives us a voice because vocals do a lot of remembering for us. We sing about our fallen very, very often. And where words fail, horns speak, because memorials are very often about fighting that has gone on, a battle lost, or people died in a war or something like that. And horns, bugles, trumpets, French horns, they are all defining moments in our understanding of what like a battle cry is, or a military march, or like something. Military music is brass. I've said this so many times. It's true. It's just a trope. So so when we hear the French horn come in, we go, ah, our brain is going there immediately. Bagpipes too. Yes, bagpipes too, by the way, 100%. I don't think I'm going to hear bagpipes in this piece, but, you know, bagpipes too.
You never know.
Yeah, who knows? Right at the end, just before the third section, we're going to hear as the bagpipe warms up, and then we're just going to hear. I'll stop now. So when the horns come in, there's let's just keep listening. So good, so good. So we keep going. Once again, the voice is doing the same thing as they always did. So moving from the first section into the second section, and now moving from second section into maybe another version of the second section. Wait, no, that was impressive, Lamau. I can't do it for very long, otherwise my throat hurts, because it literally relies on me hitting my Adam's apple to create the sound. Oh, chaos. Very cool. Here we go. Hang on, let's give this a bit of a listen in its entirety before we pick it apart. Okay. A very, very brief moment where we are gifted with a lot of dissonance. Dissonance is the term used where a chord does not quite fit. So to give you an example, just to stay within the key, that's E flat, and we go down to here, down to a D flat. Major chord. These do not match their keys. Both of these chords do not exist within the same keys, but they are quite cool as a progression. So we go bum bum bum. Actually, no, they do. The key that these both exist in is A flat major, but we're not going to get into that. So E flat major. If that is called that's called harmony. If we want to create dissonance, we create something that our brain doesn't quite think is right. So if I were to take this chord and I were to change something slight about it, let's go here. This is called an augmented chord, and it is an example, a very simple example of dissonance. Something that should be there, but is it just a little bit a little bit higher or a little bit lower. So once again, is our chord. What if I did this? Weird, right? Your brain doesn't know where to put it because it's got so many it's got notes that could belong to so many different chords, and they don't connect well together. There is good dissonance and there's bad dissonance, and but no matter what it is, it refers to it's meant to represent chaos. Dissonance represents a lack of order, and when we're talking about Remembrance, which is the name of this piece, a lot of what we remember is either jumbled by our memories, or there are not so nice moments that we don't really want to relive, so we try and cover them up. So if we cover up the bad with the good, we get a weird like dissonance kind of vibe, right? Because the good and the bad are mixing together. That could be what we're talking about here in this Remembrance thing. So let's listen to that section again, because that was very cool. It's that. Now, it's not necessarily... It's only dissonance in the established key that we have. There's a little bit of borrowed... There are a few borrowed notes in there, but not enough to detract from the fact that we are still playing chords. But the dissonance comes from the anchor that we had to the original key. Hold on. It's suspensions. So suspensions resolve themselves eventually, but it creates dissonance first. What we're doing here, so it's just two chords, and then they go back to the dum 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 da da dum dum. So it's literally just two sections. So it's two chords repeated twice, and then back to that. The anchor of the piano, dum 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 da da dum dum. That takes us from section to section. So once again. Chord 1, chord 2, and it repeats. Chord 1 and chord 2 again, and then it goes bum 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 bum. So it's literally just a tiny moment of something that doesn't make sense, and then we move back. It's like a tiny little glitch in the memory, or yeah, something like that. And the reason why it works so well is because this chord is not expected at all. I'll tell you what we do expect. So we go from here. So we go from bum bum bum. Okay, so that's what we're expecting, and then boom. Hang on, let me see if I can find the bottom note for that. Bum bum. So we're going for a I think we're going for a B flat minor chord. Yes. So we're going for that. So it's a B flat minor chord, which is in the key of what we're doing here. In the key of F minor, we are moving to, what is it? Minor, major, minor. Yeah. So this does make sense. So because of the key of F major, it does make sense. This is how the F minor. This is how the F minor scale looks like. That's the scale of F minor. And so if we follow these chords up, the natural B flat minor goes from there to there to there. All of those notes are within the key of F minor, which is what we've just played before. We play this. All of that's within F minor as well. So we've established a temporary key for this part of the piece, right? So because F minor is what we're anchored in, when we move to B flat minor, we're thinking, oh, sick. Okay, cool. We're in F minor again. This is what your brain thinks. You're not thinking it necessarily, but your brain is. That's why it makes sense. So we think about it, and then we want it to go. I'm going to give what I think would make sense if we didn't want to create dissonance. Start here. from the B flat minor to the A flat major to the E flat major, and that creates a vibe in A flat major, which is the relative key of F minor. These two keys are very closely related, and that's why it still makes sense. So instead of going, so we would go, wait, hold on. Okay, we're playing that for a while, and then suddenly we go, and then I want it to go down. And I want it to go down again to here. And then we're in E flat again, and we can go. And we can go back to the original part of the piece. If I wanted no dissonance in this piece, that's where I would go. And that's where I imagine a lot of brains would naturally go. It's where we're going down in descending patterns because we are used to that pattern in the piece so far. I hope everyone is following me. But if you're not, please ask for another. Please let me know, and I'll give you another explanation. But essentially, what I'm doing is letting you know what I think. What I think would occur. I'm gonna zoom in a bit on this so I can move it slightly. I can't really move it to the side, can I? Oh well, that's fine. All right. Essentially, this is what should have happened if we weren't trying to create dissonance, but we are. So instead, we go from here, and we go to a completely different chord. We go, bum, bum, bum. We go there. This chord is what we call a diminished chord. It's where it feels like it could be a minor chord, but the fifth note, the third note that we play, which is called the fifth, goes down one semitone. And it creates like a, it's kind of weird. And that's why it feels weird. Cool. That's the melody line. Technically it goes dun, dun, dun. Hang on, whoa, hold on, let me try again. Yeah, so it actually does even more dissonance. Which does this has never belonged. We've never played this note yet. This is the first time we've played this note in the whole piece. That creates the dissonance. This note, this A, is completely foreign to all of the notes that we've heard so far. It doesn't relate to any of these keys. And so that's why I talked about dissonance. That's why it creates dissonance. So we go from... Yeah. It's completely weird. And just for a tiny bit, showing us that there's like this mote of chaos within this remembrance. There's something wrong there. But then it goes to the beginning again. We're anchored by the piano again. Yeah, this will probably be the end. Oh. It doesn't finish. It doesn't finish. That's a beautiful tactic that you can use with music. If you would like to create a moment where your audience is left waiting for the end, don't give them one. You do this. It's happened twice now. Before we move into this final section and then at the end of the piece. Listen for it. Wait for it. It's what we expect subverted. And then... another one? Because we think it's going to go up and it doesn't. And a third one. Beautiful. That's 3. That's 3 times it does it. So the first time it does it when we think it's going to go here. It pauses, and it just sits with that chord for a while, and we're like, wait a minute, what's going on? Is the piece finished? Are things over? And then... not over yet. And then it's like, okay, we're going into the next part. And it stops here. And then once again. And that's where it ends us. Man, I missed doing this so much. I can't tell you. It's so much fun to pick apart this kind of stuff. Thanks for the recommendation, Alfer. I appreciate this. This was Remembrance. So yeah, I definitely get the vibe of Memorial. It's complete with horns and the very classic, like, you know what I'm going to give you? You're going to feel the vibes are very similar. These same vibes are very present in the American Beauty soundtrack. Music. Give me the... yeah, this is it. This is it. Just for like similar chords. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just this first bit. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay. It's making stepwise movements. It's going bum 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 bum. It's playing the middle note. Where what's happening in Remembrance is it's skipping the middle note. It's just playing the 2 outside chords. So it gives you similar vibes. Very, very similar vibes. Because it's playing the same, it's using the same musical tactic of going from major chord up in thirds to minor chord. But it's using the steps instead of just skipping the steps and going straight to the chord like Remembrance does. That's why it's similar. There's another thing that was similar here, which I will, let's listen again. I mean, you can hear it, right? It's very, very, it's definitely there. Not just the fact that it's piano, by the way. So we can imagine American Beauty being mashed up with this by going bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum bum. Yeah, see, it kind of blends in there with it. I'm understanding about as well as I can, as I don't know much about the topic. Yeah, well, as long as you're with me about how the notes sound. I'm trying not to get too much into the technical aspects of it. Well, the technical terminology for it, because I want it to be as accessible to everyone as I can. But I also like to sort of put that in there as an educational moment, because this is what this is intended to be, educational. I wonder what adding bagpipe in an orchestra would be like. Well, how about I show you, because that's a thing. Hold on. Of course it's a thing. We're going to listen to, I don't know, Flower of Scotland. Let's go with it. Yes, bagpipes. Here you go, hang on. Yeah, all right. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Did he just say, attention, but with a bagpipe, so it came out as like a. That was a Discord quacking duck. Wait for it. Wait. Here we go. Oh, yeah, we got it. Wait for it. Okay, here we go. God, I love bagpipes so much. Shit. Okay, we're good. Here comes the orchestra. Rip the conductor's ears. Sitting right next to the pipe. Ooh. God. If your jowls don't quiver as a conductor, like, are you even a conductor? You have to have jowls that quiver when you, like, make a cue and it has to go, blah, 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 you know? That's just how a conductor works. But yeah, this is it. This is how an orchestra sounds. It's very obviously overpowered by the bagpipes. So I think what would be better if a solo bagpiper accompanied an orchestra, because one bagpipe is loud enough for a whole orchestra for sure. But you can still hear it. It actually gives it a nice vibe. It also gives a lot of context to a single melody, which is not always needed. I'm quite sufficient with just a bagpipe melody. It's quite cool. But it is quite nice. It's a nice touch to have. Yeah, very cool. All right, so there's like... Oh, I want to show you another way that we can hear this, and it is in a beautiful movie, which I don't know if you've seen, Ash, but I think you might have. Have you seen The Polar Express?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the suite from The Polar Express by Alan Silvestri, the same guy that composed the Avengers movie. And I have a feeling, I think, something tells me that the Polar Express soundtrack is the same chord progression that the thingy that Remembrance had. I love Polar Express. Hot chocolate is 10 out of 10. Yeah, we got it. Hot, hot. Yeah, we got it. Hot, hot, hot. Hot chocolate. Polar Express is 20...
Weird movie.
Yeah, it's a weird movie. It's on many drugs, but it's also 20 years old. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, Polar Express is 20 years old. Came out in, I believe, 2013, maybe?
I was happy not knowing that, I'll be honest.
Wait, 2003. Sorry, not 2013. That's 20 years. 2004. 2004. It's 19 years old. Yeah. Oh, it literally came out on December 24th. That's pretty cool. Because it's a Christmas movie. Yeah, it's a really wild movie. The animations are kind of weird, not gonna lie. Very much feels unfinished in many ways, but the story is cool. And yeah, taters. Good evening. Bagpipes are best out in the streets, 1000%. I was in Edinburgh and I saw I saw this. I saw like bagpipers come out and like play for tips and stuff. It was so cool in full gear as well. Very, very cool. I love literally just, it feels like a movie. I love literally just walking through the streets of a city and hearing bagpipes as I look around at like old buildings and stuff. It's like my life has a soundtrack, you know? It's freaking great. I love street musicians. Street musicians are often some of the most skilled, in my opinion, and some of the most passionate about what they do. One, because there's no profit motive necessarily for them. It's not marred by any profit motive. Unfortunately, it's marred by, you know, survival motive for many of them, because that's what they're doing to, you know, eat food, which they shouldn't be. But I think yeah, absent the fact that they're like running a business or anything, they're just trying to, you know, do what they love for money. It comes through that they are very passionate about it. It's very cool. I want to walk through a city and hear bagpipes again. You will, Fly. You will. Yeah, but it's 2004 animation. It was practically ahead of its time. I mean, I guess, but then we also had like Star Wars CGI in 1999, which was like also ahead of its time. That was amazing. So like, I don't know. A Bug's Life came out at that period, and that's like way better. Edinburgh. I'm sorry, do you want me to call it Edinburgh? It's
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. All right, here we go. So I think this is the same as what we've been listening to. Hang on. I love being right. I love being right. Love it, love it, love it. Hang on. This is what we've done. So, the first chord is this. It's amazing, but it's a G major chord, right? G, D, G, B. Bum. And then it goes bum, 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 bum. And then whatever happens after that is different. But this is the chord progression. It goes from G, D, G, B. And then what does it do? It does this. It goes da. Oh Jesus. Da 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 da. It's the same thing. For Remembrance, let's go with Remembrance. Like, delete the chord from your mind, and let's go here. Boy. There you go. There you go. Same chords. It's not the same key. It's just the same chords. We're going from a major chord to a minor chord that is part of the third, that is part of the original chord. We're going from here to a new chord that shares 2 out of the 3 notes of the first chord. Just like here.
So,
we go here.
what you're saying is Destiny ripped off Polar Express.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. And American Beauty. Polar Express ripped off American Beauty, and Destiny ripped off Polar Express. I don't know why I suddenly thought of Polar Express, but so many movies do this. So much music does this. Because it is such a cheap tactic. It's such an easy tactic to get you to feel things. It's great. I do, Fly. I love being right. It feels satisfying, you know? Because it makes me feel like I know what I'm talking about. Because I'm always in doubt, you know? Sometimes when I talk, I'm like, am I talking out of my arse right now? Am I just saying things for the purposes of, you know, saying things and entertaining people? And actually, I am right. So it is nice to be that.
Also, yes.
But also, yes, I am just, you know, saying shit. So I talk out of my arse, and I'm also right. I can always rely on Ash to keep my ego in check. Polar Express was going for that more realistic look, though, and not many 3D CGI movies back then were quite as good. Not that I can remember or think of, though. It was just a wee lad. Yeah, no, you are right. I remember really enjoying it, and I never thought it was weird when I was a kid. I love how music adds up like this. It's like numbers. I also like numbers. Well, I'm also a math teacher, so if you have any maths that you want to do, I'm happy to help.
Nerd.
I'm a big nerd. I'm the biggest nerd. Yeah, so that's that. Let's listen to Polar Express for a while. Why not? I love music. Okay, we can't listen to more. I'm going to get copyright struck. Okay, so that was that. Very cool. Very, very cool. Dudes, that was great. Thanks for that, Alferx. I appreciate it. Gonna take away this. If the stream freezes right now, goodbye everyone. I'm feeling like it might. I feel like it might. We're gonna go back to chatting. Please don't freeze. Are you good? I'm just kind of learning the way that Streamlabs works so that I don't like... Okay, cool. We should be okay, but if I do freeze, then goodbye. Right, I want to open up again. Let's see... I'm sorry, Godbinders can do what? Okay, tell me. You can't just... You can't lead with this and then not tell me more. Come on. Give me more. Alright, it's 12:20. We've been going for about an hour and a half. I'm gonna put in a new... gonna put in a nice new poll, because there are new people here. Taters, how are you doing today? We could play a number of we could do a number of things today. They can create gods. I'm sorry, what? Come again? A new covenant. You make a new god. What do you call the person who can make a god? That's wild. All right, we're gonna make a new poll. All right. Music is over. No more music in the world. Physically sad out of 10. Mentally shrug out of 10. This is it's a rough one. I'm so sorry. It's Saturday night. I hope you can find some way to chill inside the stream. Just inside. Just be inside it. Just sort of... Just kind of curl up in a sushi roll and just sit in the stream. It's cool. But my kids found a polyphemus moth and it's gorgeous and awesome. Well, you know I gotta go check what the hell a polyphemus moth is. It's gorgeous. Look at it. Wait. Look at it. Wait. Oh, God. Alright. I guess we'll... Look at it. It's freaking gorgeous. I'm drawing a Calabrigan with a cat behind me out of 10. That seems like a vibe. It seems like this this lo-fi music works really well for you. Yeah. That seems pretty good to me. God, that's awesome. It's also huge. This is indeed